So in this video, we will download CentOS 7 for our SDN web server. You can go to this website right here and click the minimal download, this guy right here, and start downloading the ISO. Once you do that, you will go to your Oracle VirtualBox, create an instance and say whatever name you want, SDN Web 1, and then choose the right operating system, Linux 64. Next, memory size 512 is fine, and then create 5 gig is fine. Make sure your network setting is connected to NAT because you need the internet connection. You go to the storage and the file that you downloaded, you attach that to your storage, and then you start the installation. Go and click on the top here and just say install. It's going to start showing you some messages. Wait till it gives you a user interface. So once you get this screen here, you choose your language, press continue. It will be a little slow and sluggish. Wait for this screen to have this guy. There you go, it popped up. And this is minimal local. Yes, installation destination is going to be selected as your partition. Press done, and then begin installation. Set your password. You have to press it twice here. And wait for it to install. It will probably take around 20 minutes. Okay, once it gets to the screen, reboot. Before you reboot, you're gonna go to machine setting and take the optical disk out. And it may not let you do that because it's still running, so you're going to have to do machine shut. And once it's shut down, let's try that one more time. Power off. There you go, it did. Go back to the storage. Take this guy out. And then restart. And by default, it's gonna start and give you a prompt. Once you get this prompt here, you log in with your password that you set, and make sure you can ping the DNS, which in this case I'm not able to, so you're going to run this command, nmtui, edit the connection, automatic, select this guy, automatically connect, okay, quit, restart network. Let's try pinging again. There you go. So now you're able to reach the network, the internet. Let's see if you can ping. Yes, it's got the DNS as well. So now, once you are able to reach the DNS and you can ping a URL like yahoo.com, you're going to have to run yum update -y. This is going to take a while. You're updating the files, but this is necessary. So wait for it to install, and then we'll get into installing the web server. Okay, so once you have this update complete, it'll tell you that it's complete. Now you got to install the web server. If you check that, what's the status of HTTPD, it'll say it could not be found, so you need to install it. Same command, yum install HTTPD, and it's going to tell you, say yes. This one is going to be quick, and once it's installed, it's not started, so you're going to say start HTTPD. There you go, status, it's up and running. So the default directory for this web server is ls var www html, and it's got nothing in there. So you might want to install Nano, which is an editor. Now you will do a nano and HTML file, and just call this file whatever you want to call it, web 1. Let's call it web 1. Control X, yes. ls HTML. Now you've got a web file inside this directory, and now when you point your browser or a curl command to access this web server, you will see this, and we will configure that by disconnecting the interface from the internet and putting it in your local internal network so that your client can access this. So now let's power it down so that we can, actually you don't have to power it down, you just have to change the network. I'm going to use my VIOS1, which is connected to 1.2 and 1.2 on its first interface, and it's configured with a 12.1 show interface. 12.0.1, so I'm going to configure this web server with the 12.0.1 by putting it on the same network as the VIOS, which is N12. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to the network, and I'm going to say internal, N12, same as VIOS1, N12. And I'm now going to get an MTUI to edit the connection, and I'm going to say manual show add. I'm just going to add a network, say /24 12.0.0.10. Okay. And then I'm going to say system control restart network, and then I'm going to try to ping my VIOS. There you go. So my VIOS should be able to ping him too. There you go. So drop into my bash, and then I'm going to say curl. I already have a script here which says websh, and I'm curling into this address, so I'm just going to curl to this 12.0.0.10 no route. I just pinged it. So so you gotta put in the listen address for the web server. If you look at the file, which is the HTTPD configuration file, you'll see that he's listening on port 80, but you gotta specify the IP address. So let's configure that. You do that by using your editor that you just downloaded. Go down to the file, just add quad 0, any address on port 80. Add the quad 0 after the listen. :80, Control X, yes. System control restart HTTPD. And then on your BIOS, it's giving you that error still. So what you may have to do is, since you're not able to access the web server, even though it has started, you may want to check the firewall, which by default is active, so you may have to stop it and then try it again. There you go. So make sure you disable the firewall altogether. You stop it, and then the way you disable it is by typing the same command so that it doesn't come back up when you restart it. There you go. So firewall was preventing us to this guy or access this guy. Now you curl it on this address that you configured, and you see web1. If you want to change that message, you go to your file web1. And you say this is web1 server for SDN lab. Curl it. There you go. So this is basically how you do your web server with CentOS. Now once you have it, you can clone this guy to get your second web server exactly like that. Once you have disabled the firewall, installed the HTTP and everything on this guy. And once you clone it, you might want to clone it 3 times, but to get the controller installed as well. So I'll do a separate video on how to do the controller. But for now, you got the 2 web servers up and running, and the next step is to build the SDN controller. See you then.